Our correspondent Deepika Mehedo covering Prime Minister Narendra Modi's Ethiopian visit joins us from Addis Ababa. We also have the pleasure of having with us Ravi Joshi, visiting fellow ORF. First, coming to you, Deepika. Prime Minister Modi, who arrived in Ethiopia on Tuesday on his maiden bilateral visit, addressed the joint session of Ethiopian Parliament a short while ago. What has been the thrust of his address?
Good morning from Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, Tanvi. When we talk about Prime Ministers Narendra Modi here in Ethiopia, it has been the most successful edition of Prime Minister Narendra Modi's maiden visit to Ethiopia as we talk about it. When we not only talk about the address at the Parliament, that is his 18th World Address. When we talk about the different parliaments of the world and Prime Minister Narendra Modi speaking at it, you yourself saw for the fact that how a rousing welcome was received when Prime Minister Narendra Modi walked inside the Parliament, and when he completed the speech, Prime Minister Narendra Modi once again received a standing ovation. He not only talked about strategic partnership, he not only talked about bolstering a friendship tie into a strategic relationship between India and Ethiopia, he also mentioned the fact that considering the BRICS 2026 summit, considering the fact that Ethiopia became a recent partner of the BRICS summit, and also considering the fact that India was very much vocal in having African Union as a member of the G20 when India was hosting the G20 summit back in New Delhi in the year 2023. Prime Minister Narendra Modi jotted down all the pointers and made it very much evident at the session of the Parliament that how India has always been really vocal, very determined about the South-South cooperation and being a very loud and vocal voice of the global South. So when we talk about his Parliament address and when we talk about the address that he delivered during the bilateral meeting that happened yesterday between both the sides of the government, between India and Ethiopia, Prime Minister Narendra Modi clearly said that this is not just a friendship that we are exploring and we are enjoying between both the countries. This is not only about the cultural exchange, not only about the health diplomacy, the education sector, but it is also about the strategic ties. And further to this, very important, Prime Minister Narendra Modi also thanked Dr. Abiy Ahmed Ali on standing in unison when we talk about India's fight, country's fight against terrorism. So he said that if both the countries come together in unison, we can be a strong voice for the South-South cooperation and we can make ways for further developmental progress. Because you would know that India's path to progress, path to a developed India focus with a vision of 2047 is very much similar to the Africa's roadmap of 2063. So both of them are also focusing on AI. Both the countries are also focusing on digital India and digital Africa, because that has also been one of the key MOU that has been signed when we talk about it. And the key MOU also focused on having a data center here in the Africa. And of course, the African Union was very vibrantly mentioned. And to give a very quick perspective on this, because we also have to talk about the trade relations here. We have with us Mr. Rajiv, who is the co-convener of the Indian community here in Ethiopia. Mr. Rajiv, the 2-day successful visit of Prime Minister Narendra Modi concluded very successfully. How do you look at Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit to Ethiopia, and how is it going to further bolster the relationship, especially when we talk about trade ties?
Thank you so much, Deepika. As you know, Pradhan Mantri Modi ji is such a popular leader, and he is not only popular in other countries in the world, but he's very popular in Ethiopia. So when I see this visit, Ethiopian government, Ethiopian people, they are all delighted, and Indian community in Ethiopia, they got the chance to welcome Prime Minister Modi ji. They are really very, very happy. When it comes to the economic ties, as you know, that you must have seen in this visit, that our historical ties, our cultural ties are very, very strong. And economical ties nowadays are the most important ties which every country is looking forward, even Ethiopia. So in this visit, I think the Prime Minister Modi and Prime Minister Dr. Abiy Ahmed, they discussed a lot on all the factors. Right. And we see in the coming days, our economic ties will be more strong and more investments can come to Ethiopia, and our relations will be stronger day by day.
Definitely, as you heard from Mr. Rajiv also, this is when we talk about the elevation to the strategic ties there, Tanvi.
Okay, thank you very much, Deepika.